Tut, tut, it looks like rain. Tut, tut, it looks like rain. Didn't you always think that was kind of a sad story where he's like the Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin is pretending that it's going to rain to make the bees go away? It's a little bit of a sad story, but here we are. Tut, tut, it looks like rain. We're in East Quogue again for the second time, and for the single day of the week, it's raining. I think it's clearing slightly, so later in the afternoon we're gonna go to the garden. Oh my God, there's 3 rabbits on the lawn. Holy cow. The rabbit family here is called Steve. Steve is the patriarch. Today, we are going to make Shakshuka, which is apparently the it dish of 2021 and 22. It's all over every magazine, and it's a fabulous dish that you can have for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's an egg dish, lovely. Very simple, very easy, very dinner party tonight. Then we're going to have some polenta bites with that, which is like fried up pieces of firm polenta. We're going to have a little chopped salad of baby lettuces from the garden with some tomatoes that are not from the garden. We are going to make an angel food cake with 12 whipped egg whites. And then we're going to make some rum punch. So we'll see what happens on this rainy day. Nobody knows, no one can say what will happen on the rainy day at the dinner party tonight. Fight! We're gonna try and make angel food cake. Now listen, I have never made angel food cake in my life. We have a sort of 50-50 possibility of failure, and we've decided you're gonna see the failure if it happens. So, you need an angel food pan like this. It's not supposed to be nonstick, but that's all we have. The awesome news is you don't have to grease it, so that's ready. Now, this does have whipped egg whites and it basically has meringue in it. And you know how to make meringues because you're a dinner partier. But it's raining, so we're gonna see what happens. Now, if you're making this with me, I'm literally making this for the first time. We are going to separate 12 eggs. We need the whites of 12 eggs. I suggest you do this in a separate bowl from the one you're going to use to whip them. You know, you can grab it from Sarah if she tries to take it from you.
Now you bang that down. No, you bang that. Sorry for that noise.
We're going to put the egg whites into a separate bowl in case we make a mistake and get a little drop of egg yolk, because you cannot get a drop of egg yolk in it or you cannot use it. Here we go, 12 eggs. Real-time cooking. Cook along with me, it's fun. Cook along with me and then we'll be done and we can have a drink. Cook with me, it's fun. Cook with me and when we're done, we can have a little cocktail or two. We're making a cocktail today. I'm not a big rum person, as you may know, from the story about me, Henry White, and Margot Baylor, who wrote us and reminded me that she was on the roof as well, even though my memory of being on the roof with Henry White and the bottle of Mount Gay didn't include Margot Baylor, but thank God she was there, or it could have been worse. Number 3, we are reopening Washington Square after its hiatus because of COVID. Did you guys hear about COVID? Hear about that? You know about COVID? So we're gonna reopen that, which is very exciting. We know some people won free tickets, so we're gonna reconnect with those people and give them their tickets. Should be in October. This is 12 egg whites with a large piece of shell, which I'm going to remove. Let's measure out our dry ingredients. I'm following this along with you. You saw it on the screen, and now we're gonna do it together. Oh, I just smeared it. That's amazing. Look, now it's like an amazing sort of old, oh my God, we found the recipe. It seems to be a bit smeared, but I think we can still do it. Here we go. I'm using cake flour. This is a chemical-y one, but it's the only one I could find because I forgot to order it from King Arthur. Whisk together the flour and 3/4 of the cup of the sugar. Here we go. 1 cup, not very much. I don't use cake flour for cakes, but you know, King Arthur, you have to kind of follow them. So I have a cup of flour here, and I'm going to put in, it's like a map, like a treasure map. I'm going to put in 3/4 of a cup of sugar. I'm going to use caster sugar. 3/4 of a cup. This is a 1/4 cup. 1, 2. Ta-da! Okay, I've done it. I'm following along with you. We're doing it together. We're going to succeed or die. This is now stuck together, okay? Combine the egg whites, salt, and extract. Ooh, I don't know about that, guys. Beat until the mixture is frothy, then sprinkle the cream of tartar on top. What is cream of tartar? It is a kind of leavener. It's an acid, and it's some other really complicated chemical stuff. You can substitute it, but you're taking a risk. Let's take a taste and see if we can. It's odd. In my knowledge, you don't put anything in the egg whites, but we're gonna trust King Arthur. Here's our egg whites ready to go. Here's our dry. I have the cream of tartar here, and I have my measuring spoon so I can sprinkle this in. They want me to put salt in the egg whites as well as vanilla extract. It's King Arthur, and you don't mess with King Arthur, but I'm a little suspicious having made about 4,000 meringues. Here's the salt and a little bit of vanilla extract. I don't know, we'll see. We're gonna beat this until it's just frothy. I would say that was frothy. Now I'm gonna sprinkle in the cream of tartar. Okay, 1.5 cream of tartar. Beat until the mixture forms stiff, glossy peaks. Here we go. So you always want to start at a lower speed, okay? So you don't get big, unstable bubbles. I had some meringue failures recently. It was kind of fascinating. And we discovered that my oven is in fact a few 10 degrees off. I discovered that by buying a thermometer. Wow. The cream, having made a lot of meringues, the chemical, the cream of tartar, definitely changes the meringue. All my beautiful people who watch our show, you probably already know that. That's a stiff, glossy peak. I'm gonna add this a 1/4 cup at a time, gently sprinkling it. That's a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna lower this a little bit. Resist the urge to chuck this in, or as they say in meditation, surf the urge. It's great advice. Instead of getting knocked out by the wave, surf it. Works for anything. Make sure that you're incorporating the sugar and it's not just resting on top. Oof. It's a big mess. I mean, I don't think we can get much stiffer than that. The oven is set at 325, not 350, because you're kind of making a meringue cake, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of this mixture in here, just a little bit, like that, kind of start the folding process. So you wanna do like a figure 8. Don't be too precious. It's not the end of the world if some of it gets deflated. And then I'm gonna slowly dump this in, a little bit of it. I'm gonna fold it in like this. Fold it in, don't be afraid. Now these are very firm, so you don't have to be too intensely precious, okay, about the fold. But you wanna keep it super light and beautiful, right? Angel food cake, what do you serve it with? Beautiful macerated fruit, little lemon glaze. You know, it's a beautiful summer dessert. Now comes the hard part, it's getting this in the pan. So what I do is like this, like you're coronating the queen. To the east, to the west, to the north, and to the south. Congratulations to the queen on her platinum jubilee. Not bad. It's gonna even that out a little bit. I'm not gonna smack it because I don't wanna deflate it. And this should go in a 325 oven for approximately 40 minutes. And then you're gonna rest it upside down until it's completely cool. Beautiful. Okay, now it can go in. Now remember, this has a loose bottom. Don't put your hand here. Put your hand like this, okay? In we go. 40 minutes. Good luck, little cake. You might have observed that the top of the cake is slightly burnt. That's because the oven wasn't set at 325, it was set at 375. So you're gonna go on a journey with me about a cake that was cooked at too hot a temperature. We're gonna let it cool for approximately an hour and a half, and then we're going to gently pry it out. This cooling period sets the structure and keeps the cake from collapsing. Am I supposed to cool down so I don't collapse? Perhaps that's what I've been doing wrong. So this can go basically anywhere we want, and we'll wait and see what happens. 375 is a little too hot for an angel food cake, but we'll see how it goes. Cool away, little cake. This has just been off to one side. I flipped it right side up, and I'm now loosening it slightly with a knife. And let's pray it comes up. Oh, it did. Angel food, wow. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up and place it on this. It's quite delicato. Voila, angel food cake. I'm gonna serve it with a little macerated strawberries, but honestly, ice cream, lemon glaze, custard. Just think of a delightful summer piece of cake. It's gonna be white as snow inside. Stunning, angel food. Food for angels. Polenta. It's basically a starch. It's made from cornmeal. You don't have to buy polenta. It's just cornmeal that they put a label on it that says polenta. Finer grind will give you a finer piece, but I like it with a little bit of a texture to it. So I choose just regular old cornmeal. It's incredibly simple, but it's a little bit time-consuming and laborious, slightly. The great news about frying up pieces of firmer polenta is that you can make this polenta basically 5 days in advance if you want. And then you'll just cut your pieces out. If you're making creamy polenta, which you'll see that stage as we work, you'll see you would just not put it in the fridge. You would put your ragu on it or whatever you were gonna use. Basically, it's 4 to 1. So 4 cups of stock you could use, 4 cups of water with some salt. Let me put some salt. You're gonna put some cheese in this, so don't over salt it. And then when it's boiling, I'm going to gently whisk in the cup of cornmeal. Have your iPad and a drink or something, because you've got to stick with this. You can't leave the room. You should really whisk it every 5 to 10 minutes for about 45 minutes until it's creamy, not crunchy with big pieces of cornmeal. I'm gonna wait for this to come to a rolling boil, like that moment when you're waiting for your nails to dry in the nail salon, which is like blank time in the universe. It's a completely blank moment. You think you can do stuff, but you can't. You just have to sit there. It's a good lesson. I'm gonna get myself a cup of cornmeal, and I'm gonna gently whisk this in, partially by hand, okay? And sort of do it in a circle, okay? You're trying to avoid overt lumps. However, if you do have lumps, don't worry, because the lumps will disappear. Not like your lady lumps.
My lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
I'm resisting the urge to dump this in because boy, do I want to. Get your seltzer or your wine or something and put on your show on your iPad, or if your TV's in the kitchen, turn the TV on. You can't leave this. I'm just repeating it because it's important. I'm gonna tell you that you want it to be slightly dry. Creamy polenta, you're gonna put the butter, the cheese in it, and then you're gonna serve it. This one, you want it to be even harder to do this, which takes about 45 minutes, right? And you want it to be drier because you're gonna chill this and slice it. I'm now reducing the heat to low, and I'm gonna come back and stir this every 5 to 10 minutes. It's a little bit of a drag, but it's kind of hard to mess it up. And it's a great alternative to pasta. This with rabbit ragu or something, or wild boar ragu, hello. Good stuff. So that's gonna do its thing, and I'm gonna come back and stir it every 5 minutes. What you're waiting for is the cornmeal beads to be swollen with liquid, because otherwise you're gonna have like a crunchy polenta. So it's not like, I hate the expression, it's not rocket science, but it's not rocket science. So taste it. If it's super crunchy, it's not ready. And if you really feel like there isn't enough liquid, you can always add more liquid. So it's like a teeny bit crunchy. Our polenta has pretty much thickened. If you look at this, it's like practically separating from the sides. That's what we want, okay? At this point, I'm gonna turn off the heat. Now, I had some experiences where I fried some polenta up and it kind of disintegrated. So Regina had this idea, which is she does with her crab cakes, the famous crab cakes, to sort of broil it in the oven, which eliminates the flipping it in the pan, and my God, does it work. They're like fantastic. So I'm gonna add a little bit of butter, just a little bit to keep it luxurious. Okay, now I'm just gonna add some cheese. Now, basically this is to taste. When you're salting your polenta, remember that you're gonna put cheese because cheese has salt. How cheesy do I want it to be? I want it to be about that cheesy. Trust yourself, you're a dinner partier. Tony and people who are working in small galleys, this is a great thing because you can make this part of it in advance and put it in the fridge. It stores. You can make multiple meals with this. You can bake it with stuff on top of it. You can put it as a side. It's just a great versatile thing. I'm gonna give it a little taste because you never serve something you haven't tasted. So make sure it doesn't need more cheese. Creamy. Maybe a tiny bit more cheese. The cheese will melt almost on contact. And then I'm gonna put it into a very, very slightly greased tray. Is it even? Nobody knows. I would put this in the fridge, and then right before you cook it, you could put your little pieces even in the freezer, just to make sure that they're super bonded. But there you go. There's your polenta ready to go into the fridge and firm up. And you can cover it if you want, but you want it to dry. And I have my magic of television ones right here that I cut out earlier with a cutting device, also known as a monocle. Okay, these have a little butter and cheese as you saw. I'm just gonna dab these dry slightly. And I'm gonna set them directly on this tray, and I'm gonna sort of broil them until they're crispy. I'm not gonna paint them with butter because I did put butter on them in the mix. So I'm gonna just try and fit all these lovely circles onto my tray, and I don't think I can. Put these in a pretty hot oven. I would say 450. Keep an eye on them, let them get brown, crispy looking, and we'll see what happens. Oh, it's hot in there. It's like a sauna. So these got nice and crispy, you'll see. Very beautiful. Ooh, they're like little sort of potato chip French fry things. They're really yummy. We're just gonna let them cool down. You can always cut the circles again and use your cutting device, AKA your monocle. I'll serve them along with the shakshuka, a heavenly bite, an Italian delight. So we come out to the garden to get a few things because you don't have to go to the store in the summer. This is early summer. But look at these, they're established finally. They're really just going berserk. So beautiful. This is lettuce, beautiful lettuces. Fantastic. It's gonna be great. What's this? It's like a weed, I think, David. Oh no, this is that weird tomato.
That's, it's actually a tomatillo.
Oh, a tomatillo. You see David puts these beautiful sticks in. There's They're so beautiful. So these potatoes are sweet like apples. They're the most incredible potatoes in the world, our potatoes. And the best time is when it's just a few people here and there's like little mini baked potatoes. They're baby Idahos, like russets. They're like this big, but they look exactly like a full-size potato. Remember?
I'm sure they're ready
Oh my God,
now.
they're so good. These are flowering, which means it's good. These are the radishes. These already have to go.
I know.
I know.
There's more coming.
I'd like to use some of these in our salad. These are a little big. Hopefully we can find a couple of usable ones. And then David plants them in sort of waves so that we always have something going on. These are beets, right, Davey?
Yes.
These are beets.
And chard.
I mean, if I was cooking for you guys tonight, which I'm not, I would make a beautiful pickle plate. And then this is bok choy. Baby bok choy, better put it in the water. Beautiful. My carrots. Oh, David, do we have any carrots?
I think it's a little early.
Oh boy. Where's the biggest one? Maybe this one. So what you want to do is you feel at the bottom, and yeah, that's too small, even for a pickle. All right. These are a week away, I would say, right, David?
Yeah.
These are turnips.
They're ready.
Yeah, these should come out. Let's pull a good one. Beautiful turnips. Free food. All I see is dinner parties when I come out here. And these are hot peppers, right, Davey?
Hot and sweet. And the green peppers are ready. Baby
Where, David?
green peppers.
Oh my God, there's shishitos, look!
No, those are green peppers, I think.
No, this is shishito.
Oh, a shishito.
Yeah, maybe it's a green pepper.
It's a green pepper.
So what's this called, David?
The vegetable processing station.
The vegetable processing station that David made specially for me as a labor of love, so I didn't have to crouch by the kitchen door with a little spray thing, right? So now I do like the beginning clean here, which is tremendously helpful. Oh, it was a common grackle. You know what the common grackle says when you say, that's a common grackle? He says, how dare you, sir? I am not common. Ooh, it smells divine. These are beautiful, David. Wow. All right, let's go. David's cutting some salad. We're going to go back to the kitchen. Look at my girl. Hello. Hello, sweetheart. You want to play with the ball? Let's play. Come on. Come on, doggies. Let's go. Chopped salad. That's what you order when you go for ladies' lunch. It usually has an avocado, lots of different lettuce, maybe a little bit of cheese. We're going to use very beautiful lettuces from the garden that I picked. This is amazing arugula from my garden. I'm gonna wash this like crazy because it's truly organic. Cut it in half and then cut like this. Wash it again. Spin it in your salad spinner. Da-da-dee-da-da-da-dee-da. Da-da-dee-da-da-da-dee. Da-da-dee-da-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know if that's the melody.
Like a tunnel you can follow to a tunnel of its own, down a hollow to a cavern where the sun has never shone.
Now, it is an absolute cardinal sin to serve wet lettuce. Wetness in the bottom of your salad bowl. Not good. Not a good sign in the restaurant either. Okay. These are radishes that have gone past their prime. I'm going to see what they look like inside. Yeah, they're not usable. That's a blown radish. This might have been eaten actually, but see the translucency here? You don't want that. It's sort of eaten itself. I don't know how to explain it. And it gets a little bit spongy-like and dry inside, not juicy. That one's okay. All right, we're gonna chop that in with our salad, and I'm gonna chop little pieces, little tiny pieces. And when you think of a chopped salad, it's just salad chopped, but for some reason, it's better than regular salad. I don't know why. But people really like it. Like if you say, oh, we're having this, that, and a chopped salad, people will love it. And they'll eat the chopped salad. Trust me. I'm putting this sort of ingredients that are not lettuce in a bowl. I'm not gonna use a hard-boiled egg, But I am gonna use half an avocado. As you know, because you're a dinner partier, the two things that send people to the hospital the most are avocados and bagels. Make it nice. I'm gonna put a little onion here. This is a little bit of shallot. You don't want a lot because it's it's not cooked. A little bit of onion. Little bit of onion does a body good. I'm gonna cut up some tomatoes. Oh boy, chopped salad. Oh boy, here it comes. Oh boy, chopped salad, here it comes. I found out about another award that it's easier for an American to get in England, much more than NBEs or OBEs. It's called an Order of Merit. All right, now I'm basically going to chop the salad with a big knife. So what you're gonna do is essentially, you're gonna make a chiffonade cigar, okay? Like that, and you're gonna go like this. All the way to the bloody end. You're gonna turn your cut cigar and go lengthways, okay? Voila. I'm gonna get some herbs from the garden, and I'm gonna do like a little Alice Waters style thing and put some herbs in here. This is looking like my dinner to me. I made a little tahini dressing, which is a very rich, beautiful dressing. Basically, tahini, a little bit of olive oil, vinegar. I used rice vinegar, yuzu, which is very fancy. You can just use lemon juice. Salt, pepper, a little bit of mustard. It's a decadent dressing. As you can see, it's a creamy dressing. Okay, I'm gonna mix this together. I'm not gonna dress it because if I dress it, it has to be eaten immediately. I think for a buffet dinner, which is most dinners in my house, you shouldn't dress the salad because some people don't want a lot of dressing, some people want more dressing. Put a nice spoon in a little dish so that they can dole out how much dressing they want. Okay, I'm gonna mix this in. You do have avocado in there. A squeeze of lemon is not gonna kill you, and it's gonna preserve the avocado, so I'm gonna do that. I don't feel like cleaning up the juicer, so I'm just gonna cut the bottom of the lemon where there aren't any seeds. Tricky poo, no seeds. Now this is a delightful accompaniment to any dinner, frankly, in my opinion. Made a little bit of a mess. It's a little bit of an effort. It's like making fruit salad. It's like an effort. You showed you made an effort. Okay, here we go. My God, look at that. It's gorgeous. That is a beauty. When we started making it, I was like, it's just a chopped salad line because I was scared. I didn't know it would look like that. It's beautiful. I would eat this happily. I would happily consume this. I would be cheered by making this a comestible. I would be glad to consume it. Did I use consume already? Let's take a look at the shakshuka. What is shakshuka? Well, apparently it's God's gift to the planet because it's on the cover of every magazine. Yoram Ottolenghi, who's a very famous vegetarian chef, his books are fabulous, and he got it famous, but it took off like wildfire, essentially during, I don't know if you know about the pandemic. What is shakshuka? Shakshuka is an Israeli, a North African, a Jordanian. It comes from a lot of different countries have adopted it. And basically it means mixture, mix up, yummy, stewy yumminess, right? It's egg-based. So what we're gonna do is make an incredibly delicious tomato base, a little bit drier than we would for sauce. We're gonna make 3 little indentations in it, crack an egg, and put it in the oven. And it's gonna be cooked. We're gonna put some herbs on top and serve it. Fabulous. Okay? Let's make shakshuka. So we're just gonna chop this. I'm not gonna go too fancy. So just think of you're making an incredible sort of like base to hold the eggs while they cook. Now, how long does it take to bake an egg? Well, I know basically from Christmas, because I do it every Christmas morning. Baked eggs take about 7 minutes. 7 to 9 minutes, depending on the egg. All right, let's do this. We're making a small one, okay? Hot pan, olive oil. A little bit of olive oil. So just think. Forget the Middle Eastern part if you want to, or forget that. Make your own shakshuka, okay? Mixture with eggs in it, all right? Mine's gonna be slightly more kind of Italian, but I am gonna use some Middle Eastern flavors. And I'm actually going to cut up a little bit of this beautiful tomato and cook it down in here a little bit. Cut big sort of large pieces of this. Now I'm going to add a little bit of this cumin so it can cook down, because you don't ever want to put, what, raw spice in anything. Ooh! We have a bona fide Israeli here. Just taste the beginning of that. It's hot as hell. It's getting there, right? I'm now going to add some crushed tomatoes to our very fragrant base. I'm going to put a little bit of paprika. Oh, underused, man. Underused. We talked about this in our 70s episode, you know? Paprika. Why did everybody stop using paprika? Okay, we're just going to put in around this much or more. This much. And we're just going to cook this down for a few minutes until it gets nice and nasty. And then we're going to crack some eggs in here. And then we're going to throw it in a 375 oven. You know, the temperature we accidentally cooked the cake at. And for about 7 to 8 minutes. We want the yolk to be jiggly. Now, I'm not asking you to make it so that the hole stays there, but you need a small indentation. It'll rest on top. It'll do its thing. There we go. It's going to cook for a little bit. Shakshuka. To be straight with you, I've never made this before. Now, I've made baked eggs and tomato, but they were in individuals. This is going to be a little more challenging. I have the oven at 375. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it to the side and crack an egg and let it go in. 1, 2, pow, there you go. Now I'm taking this gently and putting it in the oven. They're gonna cook for about 7 minutes. Then we're gonna look at them and see how we feel about how they look. Okay, this has been in for about 8.5, 9 minutes. I'm gonna take it out and look at it. Looks perfect to me. I'm just gonna let it rest and sit. I'm gonna put a little pepper on it. And later at service, I'm going to sprinkle some sort of fresh herbs. I have some little bit of spicy basil and some little bit of parsley. Can't beat that with a crispy sort of polenta bite, or maybe a toasted pita bread or something like that. So why not? Shakshuka. Rum punch. What is rum punch, you ask? In my experience, it's a highly alcoholic fruit drink that's delightful, that you usually receive when you check into the hotel or something like that. But anyways, let's try to make a rum punch, shall we? Let's get some ice. Now, it's traditionally so alcoholic that it's hard to drink. So we're gonna go ahead and follow that. This is different than the rum punch we made at Christmas time. It has different flavors. This is much more summery. I'm gonna put a little bit of mango. You can use orange juice. Mango, mango, la 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 la, boom 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 boom, mango, 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 mango. I think this is guava. Ooh, it's lovely. Nice and pink it is, yeah. There you go. I'm gonna put a little bit of pineapple juice. I'm gonna shake it. Okay. See, we're sort of doing it New York style, or America style, really, with a little slice of peach instead of a slice of orange. Little slice of peach in your rum punch, boom, 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 boom. Little slice of peach in your rum punch, boom, 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 boom. That looks like rum punch. Now, I'm gonna try and do something a little bit fancy, which is I'm gonna take a little bit and I'm gonna put a little bit of grenadine in this piece, okay? So it's pink-like. Now I'm gonna try to float this. Oh well, it didn't do a float, but it's cute. Rum punch. Let me see how strong it is. Wow, that tastes exactly like rum punch. All right, here we go. Johnny! Come here! This is John, my actor. You met him a long time ago during the Washington Square dinner party.
Is it happy hour?
Yes, it's happy hour.
Yeah,
Come on, David.
What is this? What are we having?
You're having rum punch. Tell me if that's not pretty good, okay?
Cheers.
Does it need more booze?
Oh, that is what you're after on a summer day.
David, do you know what we made today? What we made today?
What's that?
We made polenta. Yes. The famous story, which is that I made polenta for Christmas Day, and this was probably 27 years ago, and it was so soupy, right? It was like this, and I got so upset on Christmas morning that I ran out in the woods and I threw the pan in the woods in Woodstock, and it's my opinion that the pan is still there.
To this day?
Yes, to this day. Anyway, rum punch. Come to the islands.
With a delicious treat at the end.
That's right. So today we made polenta bites, which you could just have as an appetizer, or you could serve them with your delicious shakshuka. Fantastic for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Then we had a lively, bright chopped salad with beautiful tahini dressing. Absolutely fabulous. We had angel food cake. It gave us a little bit of a problem, but then it was totally fine, even though it was cooked at the wrong temperature. Then we had summer rum punch with grenadine and a slice of peach. What a dinner party tonight. That's it. Come on in, Marty. That's it for our dinner party tonight show from East Quogue, and it even stopped raining. And we just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Please press the bell, because you know what it does? If you press the bell and the subscribe and you like it, it makes YouTube suggest the video to other people who might like it, which is awesome for us. So please try to do that. If you can, if you don't want to, it's okay. And we thank you so much for all your beautiful comments and suggestions and support. And from David, Randy, John, Maud, Templeton, Lynn, Nick, Regina, and Shahar, we want to say happy summertime! Yay! Yay! Do you know why Mike's on the road? He's going to see his daughter, Madeline, because it's her 17th birthday. Happy birthday, little mama. My dear, dear Maddie.